And okay,
All
meeting
righty then.
started at 7:01. And everybody state your name. Lee Wessler here.
Crystal Adams here.
Jean Pillow here.
Lori
Laura
Barefoot
Roby.
here.
Jordan Stern here.
And I think I talked over someone, Lori Barefoot here.
So I've got Lori, Maura, Jean, Crystal, Lee, myself,
And Jordan.
and Jordan. Thank you.
Okay, no alternates to seats. So anyone want to make motion to approve our minutes?
I found a couple things that need to be corrected.
Okay, Jean first.
One of them was that you wrote a letter to the selectmen
Yeah, I saw
about
that.
Consolidated Pathway, and you didn't write it to selectmen. It was for a 5-star grant application.
Okay, you're right. I saw that and I figured I just forgot I did it. But you're right. I saw that too.
And the other
So in
one
other
was-
words, you went for a grant, you didn't send it to the selectmen. I thought it had to go to them first.
No, it went directly to wherever
Oh.
Jean was applying to get the grant.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so grants.
CCD applied for a grant. And I asked the Conservation Commission for a letter of support. And Lee said that he wrote a letter of support, but I was doing it as ECCD. So it doesn't have
Okay.
to go to the selectmen first.
All right.
And the other one was something that was under sustainable CT.
That was
There
my
was no
point.
vote on it.
Right, it's not a vote, it's a survey, because it's already been, we already have, there's a survey on the affordable housing. It ends tomorrow, so if you haven't done it, please do so, and I'll put the link into our chat.
No vote on.
So I make a motion, we approve the minutes with those 2 corrections.
Second it, Crystal Adams.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstains? Okay. Moving on to public participation, where there is no public here. Treasurer's report.
Okay, we are down to $624 left as the bill came in and was paid to ECCD. And in our Fund 25, it sits at 2161.22.
Okay, any questions for the treasurer?
I have a question. Has the website been renewed for the fiscal year?
Yes, it was renewed and Lori paid for it, and she has since sent me copies, which I have forwarded to Diane, and she will be paid directly.
So that $600 left is after the website?
No,
All right, so there's still, okay, so it's 400, more like $400 left?
no, the website, I think, Lori, help me out here. What was it, 147 and then 47 or something?
You're muted, Lori.
Sorry, it's something like 170 total, Grace.
Okay,
Yeah, it's not too
I
much.
did, as I just did forward it to Diane. She will cut you checks directly
Yep,
and
no
it'll
rush.
show next month, so,
Yeah, no rush. Yeah, thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the treasurer? Okay, chairperson has nothing new to report. Any communications?
No, there were none in there. I checked today.
All right. Old business. Gene, DRC.
The only thing I've seen on, this is Jean, the only thing I've seen on the agenda for planning and zoning meetings have been the modifications to the affordable housing regulations. I have not seen any development proposals on the agendas I've received from Delia. If there's a different agenda, I'm not seeing them still.
Are you receiving agendas from Delia or from Ashley?
I got some things directly from Delia, and that
Okay.
might be the plan of the
Yeah,
regulation
that would
planning
be,
meetings.
yeah, she's doing the affordable housing.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything else. I haven't.
Okay, so nothing to report from DRC. Crystal, anything to report open space was?
No.
Where are we We're going through
I have
this quick?
something, I have something
Oh,
to
geez.
add.
Yes,
I was hunting around for something on the internet, and I came across some really good news that I wasn't aware of, although I was aware that was going to happen. But it happened a long time ago, years ago. 47 acres of farmland has been preserved in South Woodstock by Paul and Florence Wilbur through Connecticut Farmland Trust. And another 17 acres in East Woodstock on Prospect Street has also been preserved through Connecticut Forest and Trust, Connecticut Farmland Trust, I'm sorry.
great.
So, and Grace, I found the map.
Ah,
So I was looking at the open space map and this one, and it's way out of date. So I was trying to think what's on it. I mean, the nice part about the Wilbur easement is it's in line with that Still River Greenway, because Paul and Florence live along the Still River, or very close to the Still River, in southwest Woodstock. But I don't have Valley Side on this map. And was the Frink Farm purchased by the Youngs, Crystal, and then put in an easement? Or am I making that up?
Yeah, the one on 169
Yeah.
across from Dividend Road. Yes, I'm not sure where in the process that is, but I know it was moving along. I don't know if it got completed yet or not.
Yeah, because this map is so out of date that even the Valley site isn't highlighted on it.
How old is that map?
2011. But I had been, when I went to celebrating Agriculture Day, I would go up to everybody that I knew that might have input and say, can you color in the ones that you've preserved since last year? And we had some that came in on Bull Hill from Wyndham Land Trust, and Cabbage Hill isn't on here. That farm in on Cabbage Hill, it's Fair Something. There's so many Fair Something farms in town, but the one on Cabbage Hill Road that Wyndham Land Trust bought, that's not on here. So there's more open space than we were aware. Is anybody keeping up the list?
Well, open spaces. If you'd
Well,
like to give me the map, I can take it to an upcoming open space meeting. I won't be at the meeting this month because I have family in town that day. But
Happy.
if you want to drop it off at the town hall, I'm happy to bring it to a future open space meeting, or you're welcome to come as public and bring it.
I have some questions about like the Redhead Hill subdivision. I think they canceled that one.
Don't
And I
know.
have it listed as open space. I don't know what happens to the open space when that one aged out. It didn't get sold. I don't think they built all the lots. So I don't know what the story is on that.
So this is Crystal speaking. We usually meet on the second Thursday of the month at 7 and downstairs in the town hall. You're welcome to come and bring the map.
All right, what day is that?
The second Thursday of the month, so it would be March 10th. I won't be at that meeting. And April 14th are our next two meetings. So if you're able to come to one of those, bring the map.
And we have an alternate, right? Who can
Yep,
go?
Cynthia is our alternate. I'm going to email her. I was going to ask her in person, but she's not able to make it tonight. I think Cynthia is our alternate, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm going to respond to her email and ask if she's able to make the March 10th meeting.
Is there someone else who would be willing to take over the job of maintaining the inventory of open space privately and publicly owned that is the charge of the Conservation Commission? I've been doing it for 20-something years and it's time for someone else to step up.
Is that not on the computer at town hall?
No,
It's, so where would you find this list now?
that's the problem. It's been in my head and I've been trying to keep it dated. I've been keeping a spreadsheet. And then we ran into some issues because the parcel map is not 100% accurate. So I remember Bette Zimmerman, Judy Albert, and I all worked on this, trying to get the list updated. That was how many years ago? And every time we get it updated, damn it, if Wyndham Land Trust didn't get some more land. And it's, so when I worked at Audubon, I was just able to go over to Andy across the hall and say, Andy, where is this property? And he'd be able to color it in for me and I'd get the information. But as far as the big data, it's the spreadsheet that I have on my computer, it's out of date. And so now I can know where these parcels are. I don't know when these parcels close as open space. There is not a great communication system. When Connecticut Farmland Trust closes on a piece of property, they don't know they're supposed to tell the Conservation Commission. So I didn't know it. I find out what's going on with Wyndham Land Trust when they announce it on Facebook, you know, so I
Couldn't you
keep,
ask
I
Judy to
try to
make
keep
that
track
and-
on it.
couldn't
Sorry?
you ask- Couldn't you ask Judy to make that in town hall when they do the record thing?
She has told me that's not her responsibility. She files the things, she doesn't read them, you know, that's not. So I don't know the answer. I've been talking
Crystal,
about
does
this.
Open Space Committee get this info?
I'm
If
sure
a-
Dawn, I'm sure Dawn does, and it's discussed like when a property is closed and whatever.
I mean, does Dawn keep a record of it?
We have a
Maybe
map
we're just
and she probably has a list, which is why I suggested that Jean bring her map to
Yeah.
an upcoming meeting so she can update it.
It is written as one of the must-dos for the conservation. It's not a may do, it's a you will do.
Yeah, we got that, but the object is, can you go on the 10th or not? If you can't go on the 10th, I'll make time and go.
I'm not sure what my schedule's gonna be yet in March. There's a lot of things coming up fast.
Well,
It could be the April 14th meeting too. It doesn't have to be the one next week if that's too short notice.
Well, I'll go on, what time is the meeting on the 10th?
7 p.m.
7 PM. Now that I have my eyes back, I
This is
can
Maura.
drive at
So
night.
there definitely is,
Oh, you got your surgery.
Maura,
Yes,
Maura has something to say.
go ahead.
sorry, I think I have a delay on Zoom, but I have seen the Excel file, Jean, that you guys did make up when, you know, we look at that for stewardship or when we were doing stuff. So there is an Excel list and that's a pretty extensive list.
Yes, but it's not
from what I remember.
updated. That's what
Um,
she's complaining about. I have that list also, because Jim Kading and I were at town hall looking all this stuff up.
I know, but just keep in mind that, just keep in mind, we do have that. We do have something. It's not like we have only a map.
Right. But it's
So we do have
still,
this list and maybe, maybe it's not so far off.
what's important is that when we're asked to write a letter supporting an open space purchase, or if we're doing a development review, if we don't have access to the most current open space inventory, we won't be able to say if something's adjacent or not. I mean, there's just information that is important, and that keeping this database up to date is important, but I can't be doing, I'm ready for someone else to take it over, but it
Yeah, but
still needs to be available.
Gene, if Dawn has a map and she's keeping an updated map, can't we just ask for a copy of hers whenever we have a DRC meeting?
Well, what I had
Instead-
asked Dawn is if we can come up with a better communication system so that if she knows something, that we know it too. I mean, I don't know the answer, it is our
Well,
charge to do it, but
Right, but the simplest answer is, ask Dawn to, make sure our maps are the same at the next meeting. And then ask Dawn if she gets any update to just, send us a link or an email so we can update ours.
that's kind of the conversation I had with her, but
Okay. That's the easiest thing. No sense in duplicating functions.
No.
Okay,
Well,
any other?
I'll
Go ahead, Grace.
go on the 10th, yeah.
Or you can just, Gene, you can just send it to Cynthia and ask her to represent it.
That's true, if she's able to go.
Crystal speaking, I just emailed her to ask if she's
Okay.
able to go.
Okay. Well, we'll wait with bated breath.
Okay, any further discussion on open space?
No, I mean,
So-
in February, we discussed the Wyndham Land Trust proposal that
Oh,
Andy
yeah.
had previously
Mhm.
discussed with us.
And what'd you guys think?
I think we have some questions that we were going to have things confirmed, and we did watch part of the Zoom recording of our meeting, which answered some of the questions, but I think there were maybe a few more that are going to be looked into.
Gene?
Okay, well now, Andy told me that he was in touch. Was he in touch before the meeting or?
I think he reached out to Dawn. He didn't
Yeah.
attend our meeting in person or otherwise, but I think he
Okay.
reached out to
Yeah.
Dawn. And that was
Mhm.
before the meeting.
Okay.
Gene?
one more question is related to something else. It was discussed at our last meeting about that piece of landlocked property the town owned getting transferred over to the Youngs, and somebody was going to look it up to see if that actually happened.
It did not.
It did not. Okay, so it's still town owned land.
So that was the piece that you were referring to that had a quarry on it?
No, it doesn't have a quarry on it.
Okay, you were talking about some piece of landlocked land that, and maintaining rights or something, but I think the piece you were discussing has not been moved on.
Okay, so it's still town land. Okay, that's part of that inventory.
It was years ago. Okay, any further discussion? Okay, P and Z, as Gene already alluded to, there nothing pertaining to us. Grace Ag Commission,
I was not able to attend.
okay. And probably
I
nothing
was
new
in
with,
Florida.
probably nothing new with stewardship, because it's pretty cold out there. Nothing there. Okay, Gene, pollinator pathway.
All right, I have Lydia Pan I gave her two potential dates in April, and I'm leaning towards April 6th, which is a Wednesday evening, for a in-person meeting at the Woodstock Town Hall. Lydia is with an organization called Wild Ones, and she'll give a presentation on growing native plants and the importance of ecoregion planning and all this other stuff that she's going to put into her program. I haven't confirmed the date with her. I did send her, I left her a voice message, but she hasn't gotten back to me. But I'm thinking April 6th. I would like to have it a hybrid meeting, even if it's just so that we can record it. Is that something we could do, Crystal? If we did a live PowerPoint, but did it while on Zoom, could we record the meeting so we could put it on the website?
Probably do that.
Okay. So that's the only way we can, that's why we can have it and have it in person. So Grace, the trifold, I believe, is in your possession because you took it back after celebrating Egg Day. Am I remembering correctly? Okay. So we'll set that up and have handouts available for people to learn some basic information. I found a pile of them in my office at home to put out on to table. And then I've also attended a regional pollinator pathway committee that's kind of formed with representation from Coventry, Mansfield, Willington, Ashford, Eastford, Woodstock, and possibly other towns, Chaplin, to really build the pathway, not just in our town, because once the pollinators get the political borders, they don't know the difference. So they're gonna, keep going. So there's an effort to really build this up in the region. We talked about looking into purchasing more medallions to see if we can get a bulk rate, but the bulk rate is $5 per medallion plus shipping. So it didn't make any sense for one town to buy it and others to pay for it. Grace, what is our current status for medallions?
Oh, now you're pushing it. I don't know. They're out in the garage. I really have no clue.
Okay,
Maybe 25, maybe. I'm guessing.
I don't remember how many we purchased to begin with, whatever we could afford at the time. I don't know if we need to purchase more medallions. And what the Pollinator Pathway Northeast suggests is that you buy them for $5 plus shipping and sell them for $10. And I kind of asked what the other towns were doing, and they don't have, the only other town that had them was Eastford, and I think they were giving them away as well. So I don't know what we want to do going forward, because it's a chunk out of our budget to buy those medallions. If we want to buy some and then have people buy them back, that makes it complicated, because then the money's got to get put back into the town budget. And that's why I think we decided to give them away.
This is Jordan. Isn't there any cheaper way to get these things printed?
Not with this, they're
No,
stuff.
it's theirs, not ours. It's not something that we could possibly do. You would get into copyright issues at that point.
Probably make some changes to it then.
Well, Grace, what did we pay for the markers?
$180.
No, not for those markers, for like the medallions for like marking conservation easements.
I don't have those numbers in front of me.
Okay, I don't think
That's
that they were-
several years.
Yeah, well, these are multicolor markers, where ours were just a single color. And I know with the markers, we go through the same thing. We buy them, and if there's a piece of land that's got an easement on them as a result of a subdivision, then the developer is supposed to purchase enough markers to put around the perimeter of that easement and pay us for the markers that we bought so we can buy more. But again, we get into the complication of what do we do? How do we handle the transaction and put the money back into our account? So I don't remember how we decided to resolve that because I wasn't involved, but it is an issue that, you know, we have to have a policy for if we're going to do something like that.
Mm. Yeah, I remember posting them. I wasn't being the treasurer at that point, so I really don't know. I ordered them, but I don't remember ever asking for money. Again, it's too many years ago.
Is this something that, Crystal, you can ask somebody about, or, I mean, I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know anyone who makes that kind of thing.
Well, I'm just talking about if we buy them and sell them, how do we put the money back into our account so we can buy more?
I'm sure that could easily be answered by the finance office. I don't
Yeah,
know if- I mean,
yeah.
because money comes in from like Crystal Pond Park Commission for their disc golf and stuff, and they bring it in and it goes into their account. So we'd have to check and see. I've heard different things on the rules for that, but we could check with the finance office. I could check with them tomorrow if you'd like.
That would be great.
So you want to sell these things and have the profit put into our account.
So we could buy more. So, you know, we sell them we could sell them at cost and then put the money back in the account so we can buy more.
Okay. All right, I'll ask.
Or can we put it into our special account? I mean, I don't know how that works.
Do we have a
Yeah.
special account?
Yes,
So we-
that's the
Okay.
$2,000 number I keep giving you every month.
Okay.
It's fun. It's called Fund 25.
Yeah, but it should be a line item for annual budget. It shouldn't, we shouldn't,
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And the reality is, we generally, right now, we're looking at March, April, May, June. You've only got 4 months left, and, you know, we're looking at $400 and something left in our budget already.
Well, since we're doing a program on pollinator pathway, does anybody object to buying some more medallions in case we get a large turnout of interest?
yeah, I mean, we have the money.
Yeah, it's
We
a
gotta-
good way to use the
We have
money.
to spend
yeah.
it.
So would we have some at the April 6th?
Yeah.
Event to sell there? That'd be cool.
Yeah, they've been, you know, I'm hoping we get a good turnout for this event. We haven't had any kind of live meeting since celebrating Ag Day, and so hopefully people are ready to start talking about gardening because it's kind of cold out right now, and maybe this is what we need to get thinking about
Right.
summer and, you know, happy times.
Yeah, if it warms up by then. Okay,
Honest to God.
Crystal, anything sustainable Connecticut?
Yeah, Jean, I think had mentioned that you were trying to go on and mark something as done. I went into the website today on Sustainable Connecticut, and so I need to make you a user account for you to
Okay.
do that, to give you access. So if you want to let me know, like, which email would you like to use to log into their system? Then
Okay.
I'll go in and set you up as a user, and then you can go and you can mark things that you've done.
Okay, you can use the jean.pillow233@gmail.
Jean.pillow
233.
@gmail. Okay,
At
I will
Gmail.
go in and make you a user tomorrow.
Okay,
And so I also checked with Amy Monahan, and I think we're going to get together and work a little bit on, again, you know, checking off some things that have been done. I looked at their March calendar, and They have some energy efficiency events, like webinars. They're kind of more geared towards homeowners. I was thinking of attending one as a like municipality, to see if they had tips for municipal buildings, but it's really geared towards homeowners. So I'm not sure if I'll attend or not.
When you say they, the Sustainable Connecticut people?
Yeah,
Oh,
they've got on their website, they've got a calendar of upcoming events. They've got like some brownstone survey webinars, and they've got some energy efficiency ones and that kind of thing going on right now.
I have to imagine the survey
we-
about the affordable housing has got to give us points for something.
Yeah, when that's done, like it's still ongoing, and when it's done and when it's incorporated and all set, then I'll talk with either Ashley or Delia to get that marked it off.
And I think it's tonight is the last night to participate. I think
Tomorrow night is the last
March
night.
1. Okay.
Yep.
So if you haven't participated, it's not that long and it's really important to have your opinions.
I put the link in the chat, and I chatted with Delia earlier, and I think we have almost 450 responses, and I think that's not counting any paper copies that she'll be picking up this week from the libraries and Sweet Abelinas.
Okay, anything else from Crystal? Before any more questions for Crystal? So moving on to new business. Crystal, I forwarded something from Crystal about a workshop coming up, right? That you had sent me.
I remember sending you something.
Hang
It was
on.
about cleanup Woodstock. I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
it-
so that's the recreation,
Yeah,
yeah, the Cleanup Woodstock Day in April. And so that's something that you can sign up for, and then you get a checklist. And when you're cleaning up, they like if you can do a checklist as you go, because then they tally, and this is the last Green Valley, they tally like how many cigarette butts and how many nip bottles and most unusual items and that kind of thing. So that's a really good community event.
And then Jean, you had one from E ECCD.
Did.
Hang on. Yeah, save the date, March 16th,
Oh, okay.
Little
Yes.
River meeting.
Maura and I will be hosting a meeting focused on Little River and activities in Little River, conservation focused activities, projects people completing, and we're going to get an update on the development of the Little River watershed based plan process. And we would invite all of you to attend and learn and participate in the conversation. Do you have anything to add to
Okay.
that, Maura?
Maura, anything? No? Okay, so I got
I'm
one
laughing at the
more.
lag. I said, anything, Maura? And it was like 1, 2, 3.
Connecticut Association of Wetland Sciences
oh,
is
yeah.
gonna have a virtual meeting Wednesday, March 9th, 9 o'clock to noon on conservation of amphibians and reptiles and living shorelines, and there's a whole host of different topics. And it's if anyone's interested, just I can forward them the link. But it's Connecticut Association of Wetland Scientists, CWAS. And does anyone else have, Laura, you got some?
I was just gonna ask if you could forward that to me. That would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone
Lee, is
have
that
any?
one with a fee?
The what?
Is that
It's,
workshop one with, that has a
it's-
fee?
Yeah, it's just $5. $5.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so we can take that from our budget if you need to. Okay, so anyone else go to any meetings or hear about any other meetings?
No,
Anyone else have any other new business? Before open discussion, so open discussion, Crystal. Jean,
Just want to hope to see most of you at the pollinator pathway. We got another month to talk about it, but when we have the meeting, hope everybody shows up.
oh, back to Crystal, so next month, are we live again, or can we still do virtual like this?
Let me check real quick. It expires either April 1st or April 30th.
Okay,
I can look that up real quick if you want to go on to the next person.
hey, Lori,
I don't have anything.
Maura, Maura. No, she froze.
Actually, I'm thinking maybe I should just bring it up next meeting. It's not a big deal. I just Rebecca Hyde hasn't talked to the Ag Commission about it, but we're just sort of kicking around ideas about maybe adding some kind of a fact sheet to give out to new residents that want to have farms or farm animals and, just resources and things like that. So we're trying to decide like how that would look and like, would it be a separate thing?
Okay,
So it's kind of
Good
just,
idea.
it's a germ of an idea right now. So maybe I'll have more information. She's going to bring it up to the Ag Commission, next time they meet and
okay.
hopefully maybe get something out like that.
She's talking and her lips aren't moving. That's amazing. Hey, Crystal, you got the date there?
It is April 30th is when this expires, and I'm not sure
Okay.
if it'll be extended or not. We'll know more next month.
Okay. Grace,
no, nothing else.
Jordan,
So I thought we talked about having these virtual meetings forever or not go back to real in-person meetings.
no, can't.
No, they're being paid for by the town. So, once they say, no, you can go back. I'm not quite sure why we haven't already. Ag Commission's been back in the building for a while now.
No, we voted to keep it the way it is for another few months, but once we're given a deadline that we're no longer allowed to do Zoom meetings, then we're going to be back live. And as of now, April would be the last month that we would meet virtually. We'll see if they extend it.
Otherwise,
Yeah, we're not out of the woods yet.
Correct.
thank you.
We'll never
Okay.
be out of the woods.
No, we just get our boosters once a year and, during the winter time, go back to wearing masks and Zoom meetings.
Assuming that everyone did it.
Okay, anything else for the good of the order?
Just quickly, it's invasive species awareness week. So I posted this afternoon, something about invasive species awareness week on our Facebook page and included a list of invasive plant species. And I'm going to try to put something up every day this week on a different invasive species that people should know about. Tomorrow, stay tuned. It's going to be about jumping worms.
Thank you, Jean, because my wife asked me yesterday, what's the story with jumping worms? So I'm gonna send her to our website.
Well, the Facebook page,
Oh, it's our Facebook page. Okay. That
Or
I
if
don't
you don't
know.
have access to Facebook.
I think Ann knows how to do Facebook. I've no clue. Anything else for the good
I
of the
can
order?
send you the fact sheet link. I mean, it's not hard for me to do that. I have it in my phone ready to put up tomorrow.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because we were talking about it last night.
Me too.
Jordan?
Yeah, me too, please. I'd like the link or the fact
Um,
sheet. I mean.
And Maura's waving. She wants the link too. Anyone else? Or do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Oh, my God.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Grace, was that you seconding?
Yes, it was.
All right,
Oh, God.
okay. Meeting is adjourned.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Everybody have a great month. Stay safe and we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Bye-bye.